So here is how I do the plate lists. Make sure you're selecting parts right here, objects in components, not components themselves. Objects in components, and a lot of times if you want to clean things up, you can be working with just parts. Anyway, there's a few different ways of doing it. If you want to be safe, you could check to make sure there's no flat bar that needs to be cut. So main part, secondary part, okay, none of those are flat bar. It's annoying. So secondary part plate, I actually do have some of those, and then main part plate. Hold shift, obviously. The wood isn't part of it. Normally I'll just filter it. You know what? Hey, I forgot to filter that out here. So this is how I do it in representation. You can make one really quick and easy. Copy this to a new one, just save it as something, and then I turn off glass, concrete, and timber. So right here, load, or whatever, timber's off, doesn't matter. You can steel only. So steel only, and the point is boom, now the wood that needs to be represented in the model often, just so you can make sure everything's correct. Main part and then secondary part plate. Now you turn it all off, boom, now you just selected all of your plates, right? Little washer, cap plate. This obviously isn't done. I've got some clashing there and stuff, but select it all. Now you come to manage over here and open up the organizer. This might take a second to load. But this is how you get to basically create any custom report. I do this for, any individual part. So if you're going to have a lot of parts cut on a tube laser, I'll select all of the pipes and basically go through the same process. Automatically synchronize it, whatever. It synchronizes, which honestly shouldn't look any different than this. I don't know why it takes a while. It's like it's gathering all the information or whatever from the model. It might be loading it off the internet for me too, since I work on Google Drive technically. Wait for a second. Okay. So first thing you do, change this to a part list, because what we're looking for is all the individual parts we need to cut. Obviously, a lot of these are main parts and just a few of those secondary parts. I organize by the part mark. Then come up here to this settings. This is the settings for this window basically. And you can do all kinds of interesting stuff in here. You can look up the organizer videos. But the reality is most of what I do are here. Get rid of the quantity, because we don't care. BP1, quantity 1, BP1, quantity 1. This is listing everything you're selecting. So these aren't put together yet. Obviously, they're all quantity 1 because you're selecting one part and it's listing one time. So we don't need the quantity. And we also don't care. Did it not go? There it goes. We also don't care about what the assembly mark is, because the part mark, there's ways. I think it was you that I was talking to, how you can have part marks for main assemblies. That's not how Tekla is set up natively, so we can just get rid of that too, because it'll obviously tell us this is what the DXF name will be the part mark, no matter what. Okay, so then you can close this, and then you click this button right here that combines identical rows. Boom. That's everything we're cutting right there. 2 BP1s, 15 M4s, so on and so forth, I wish. And then export. You should have this automatic template. If you don't, I can send it to you, but it should just automatically populate with a standard template. And then once it opens, you just fill out the top. I have not gone through, if you guys, it will always say Yeti welding. So you could actually come into this template, make a new one that says -Yeti or whatever, and then fill it out so it always says Yeti welding. And it's all done, Annie. I'm going to pick it up in just a minute. Anyway, doesn't matter. You've seen them before.